We are setting up virtual machine on Oracle VM VirtualBox. Very simple. Just click on new and give the name of the virtual machine. If it is a Windows VM or whatever VM you want. In this case, I want to set up a CentOS virtual machine, specifically CentOS 7. So after giving the name, oftentimes you are going to get all of this will change to the right one. This is a Red Hat machine, and at the same time it's Linux. But if the type doesn't change to the required operating system and then version, you can just choose it here. I know this is Linux, very sure of that, and I'm very sure that is Red Hat 64-bit. So that's just the basic stuff. Just click on next. So okay, because I've used this name in some previous settings, it's giving me some error. So I can just modify the name, or I can just go in and delete the old name. However, let me just modify this and we'll continue. Okay, just new CentOS 7. The name doesn't really matter. So next thing is to provide the RAM size of the virtual machine, and this is very important. This that you're seeing here is the RAM size of my physical machine, 4 gig. So you should put that into consideration when deciding the size of the RAM of the VM. So if you have 4 gig, I think the maximum you should go actually, you can go more than 1 gig, but the maximum you should go should be 1 gig. And if you're setting up more than one VMs, then you have to divide this 1 gig between them, because you wouldn't want the VMs to start slowing up your physical machine. Right now you are presented with a decision to create an hard disk, so we'll be creating a virtual hard disk in this case. So alright, and after creating that, you'll be the hard disk type. I often go for virtual hard disks also here, and I always select dynamically allocated. Dynamically allocated in says that if you notice, we were asked the hard disks. Do you want the hard disks to be fixed, in the sense that if you choose, I think in future settings we are going to choose if it is the amount of hard disk size. So do you want the size to be picked out of your physical hard disk, or you just want it to be use them dynamically? Dynamically makes use of the hard disks only when you need it. When you don't need it, it's not going to take a portion of your physical hard disk. Fixed will take a portion of your physical hard disk. So now it's asking for the size. So assuming I use fixed, so this will be taken out of my physical hard disk. But since I use dynamically, then it will just only pick up the space when I need it. Alright. So once that is done, the next thing you have to do is to download the ISO of this CentOS, or of the box image, ISO of the machine you intend to create. So just go online and search for CentOS 7 ISO, and when you download it, you are going to get something like I'll show you in a moment. But after downloading, just come to settings, then come to storage at the right hand side. Just at the storage section, your storage device, select empty, because it's you providing the operating system installation. That's what we are actually doing here. So we want to install the OS, so just come to choose the disk. So now you are going to choose a disk here. So this is the disk. You can download this online, CentOS 7 minimum size, I think it's around 1 gig. So just download that and pick it up and put it in the disk. And we are going to use live CD. Now the next thing you have to configure is the network. So it has several adapters. VMs have several adapters. The first one, just leave it as NAT, network address translation. The second one, we are going to change it to our machine's IP, because we want this machine to be able to connect to the internet. So what we have to do is to enable network adapter, and then we are going to choose bridged adapter. Bridged adapter will use the network of your physical machine. Alright, so I want to use my wireless LAN actually. So that's how to do that. Just click OK after selecting those, the storage and the network. So now you click on start. to pick up the OS installation, and it will ask you for some settings oftentimes. So now it's asking test media. What you just need is to install, just can use a cursor to do the settings, just to install CentOS 7. At the same time you can test media and install, but you just need to go straight to the installation. So now you have auto capture keyboard option turned on. This will cause the virtual machine to automatically capture your keyboard. That's very fine, and that's by default. So the virtual machine reports that the guest OS does not support mouse pointer integration, that is this OS. So in the current video mode you need to capture that, and if I should click on the screen it's going to capture that, but I don't want to do that now. Let me just close these notifications. So the installation is starting. It shouldn't take long, and then I'll just walk you through all um, the process. All right, so the next thing is to select the language. So now when I click on the screen it's going to bring me, just click on capture. Now we can start using what's happening here, guys. So capture, that's what I want. Okay, I think for some reason, I don't know, input keyboard is on, but mouse integration is disabled, I think. USB. Anyway, we can always use our mouse too, but so you have clicked the mouse. Yes, now I want you to capture the mouse. Come, this is not going into the machine. It's not going into the machine. So we can just we can always continue using our okay. All right. Please capture. Capture now. That's what I want. Oh, I don't know why this is happening, guys. But even if that is not happening, you can always use our mouse. I sure no, I'm not quitting. No. So what I want is can always use the tab as well. I think some settings here needs me to like yes. So I think that's that. The only thing you just need to correct here is I think the only thing you need to correct here is the installation destination. Just click enter on it twice to enter it and to click on done, and this will be enabled. Oh, sorry. So enter again, and then start playing. Okay, change content. This is just security policy. So now the installation has started. So